situation here seems trickier than I thought.
Hey! Sister Rosaria! So here you are!
I've told you already, I don't go—
But... this...
Hopes? That's odd, 'cause
I mean, sure, but...
But what? You're—
What do you mean?
this far out from—
Huh? Well,
Don't fret, but if you dally any
you're right. It's a very important commemorative event. If I'm late, then... right, I've gotta get going.
I thought I heard something. Who are you and why are you eavesdropping?
We better watch out. She seems like a dangerous villain. Or a trick...
Oh, really? I'm a member of the long-standing Favonius Church. You're an—
Wait, she heard that? Paimon...
And as for this outlander you seem to be following— huh. So it's you. The honorary knight that saved us from storm terror. Otherwise, depending on your answer, I could have arrested you on the spot.
What? Do the Sisters of
We can't go turning a blind eye to hidden danger. Let's talk about you. What are you doing in the mountains? If it's him you're after, I made a point. Many people have made their—
So...
No, this is just a professional habit of mine. I sensed elemental traces in these. I couldn't care what you think.
Rosaria said there were elemental traces in the trash. Paimon has lots of good memories.
You want—
But Paimon's sure that was just a one-time thing. There's gotta be someone who needs our help, right? Let's go see how things are this year.
You know, little pixie, your ability to appear and disappear at will is very interesting.
Yeah?
After committing a crime, you'd be able to leave the scene without a trace.
You're so suspicious. Why is Paimon a criminal in your example? Cut to the chase. Beg for mercy. Rack and ruin.
Right. This isn't good.
It's getting colder and colder. Rosaria, aren't you freezing?
Me? I'm all right. I got used to operating in adverse conditions a long time ago.
Huh? Seems like there's more to being a sister in the Favonius Church than Paimon realized. Is that Albedo? What?
The word on the street is he loves painting. He'll hang around any— The views and scenery here are pretty good. Potential paintings everywhere you look.
But can't he see those hilly churros? Isn't he in... Uh-oh. Looks like we startled them. Enough talk! Let's take them out of the picture first.
Judgment! More speed. Yeah.
Who are you? Why did you alarm them? Thank the gods I'd already completed my painting. Would have been a shame to leave these particular
What's up with painting hilly
I'm afraid the answer isn't easy to explain. If you'd like to have a look at my painting, it may give you a clue.
Wow! Look at the...
You can find these hilly churls anywhere, but take a look at this specimen. In the cyclical lives of such primitive communities, such unique attributes are an indication of evolution at work. Evolution, the transition from nothing into existence, from the known to the
Hold your horses. Something. We found your man. I'm headed back.
What? Don't you... what?
So Sister Rosaria brought you. Surprising. And I didn't have time to thank her. But back to the point. From her...
We met a girl in Mondstadt, Sucrose. She said you were stuck with your...
I see. So Sucrose sent you here. Then, if I'm not mistaken, you must be the honorary knight. You've got the whole of Mondstadt talking. I've heard a bit of everything. Your actions during Storm Terror's attack, your elemental control, and quite a few other mysterious things. I'll skip to the conclusion. There's only one possibility after all. You came from afar. From another world, correct? Excellent. If I could procure your assistance... forgive...
Whoa. You want to start with...
For example, awakening life. Breathing new life into fallen leaves.
You can do that?
However, it's like you.
Well, if you're...
I beg to differ, but you're not from the known world. By observing...
shall we just get out of here? This sounds...
It's possible. Time for a change.
Albedo and that traveler seem to have hit it off. Takes a weirdo to know one, I guess. I wonder, does this constitute a risk to Mondstadt? More speed.
Paimon has a question.
I don't know. Using alchemy after awaken.
No. Paimon's got a brain. But what's the seed gonna be?
Well,
Yay! Paimon's holding you to it.
let's just say the subject of my first how you're able to freely manipulate elemental... Firstly, do you have any extra organs? Fascinating.
What a stupid question. And another thing,
I was merely considering the possibility that you were an external organ. Perhaps there is some invisible force connecting... Oh, that rules out that possibility. But that would mean that Paimon's elemental...
Hey! How would you...
In that case, it would appear that there's no obvious... Given that there's clearly a discrepancy... Firstly, this mysterious... Let me lure a few slimes to the air.
Huh?
Direct and clear observation are... Naturally, if you require a greater challenge, we could bring in 6 Oceanids.
Slimes! Slimes are fine.
Well, prepare...
With sword comes shadow. Let's light it up! Teamwork is... Speed of light! Incoming!
Great work. Did you feel anything out of the ordinary? If you're injured, I have a few emergency potions ready. Excellent. Now that we know that the external flow is manifesting normally, let's test the internal flow.
Internal?
It's very... If the elemental power is stored or accumulated physically within your...
Sounds
Don't worry.
And in the abnormal course of events?
If anything unexpected occurs, well, it's not just a warning. If an internal element... Yes, that's an excellent way to think about it. It's a type... I'll take you to my... All going to...
Paimon? Let's keep her...
More speed.
Here. Should do for catalyst purposes. This one. Usable with a bit of polish. What luck. This should be enough. My campsite is just up ahead. I'll lead the way. This is my campsite. I've added the materials. While we are waiting, have a look over here. My assistant Timaeus here is helping me with my research.
Hello! I've just gotten hold of the data from your experiment. The report is already...
Whoa! Look it up!
I wouldn't call... I think the most rational direction would be to expound on the phylogenetic relationship. Consider. You don't have a vision. Following this line of thought...
Not bad for a point of entry. But strictly speaking, slimes are elemental life forms. A cryoregis fine, or even a... In that sense, things might get difficult.
Yes, sir.
After all, we've got our primary data. If it turned out that she did have a phylogenetic relationship with this world.
Ah, it would. Apologies. I was so excited to get the data. Speaking of data, to complete our research, we'll need some more.
Great, I'll leave you to it. Looks like the potion's ready. In line with my expectations. Ready to drink. Remember...
Tasty? You've got a funny look on your... You said you tried some already.
Oh, this potion channels elemental power into the... But if...
So you...
It was my own concoction, of course. Only natural for me to be... But of course, in conclusion...
Aw, Paimon...
Then again, better an ordinary result than a peculiar result. The good thing about people are the same when you're sick, but a peculiar... For example, a human can't understand the... To sum up, Timaeus, the results of the new experiment are out.
Just a moment, sir. I'll handle it. Having you down as an animal wasn't very precise of me, but starting with the premise...
Not bad. I think it's an interesting...
You can count on me, sir.
Is he trying to join the Knights? What Paimon meant...
Before we... If you're interested, why not...
Here comes Albedo!
I'm back. Did you see anything interesting? Well, there may be take to that, but worlds... So, I think answering this question calls for the same methodology as last... No. You... Now, see this pillar here? Use your willpower to try and break it. That was your best effort?
What's with the disappointment?
Have you tried using your elemental power? I'm curious to see how the taste and texture respond. It may even help with proliferation. Anyway,
Cooking?
not only is it...
That does sound yummy, though. Okay,
I'll leave you to it then. If there's anything left over, maybe...
Paimon! How are we gonna channel elemental power? Where does it get these ideas from anyway? Let's just do it the old-fashioned way.
That was fat. An average outcome experimentally, but you've really brought out the flavor. As far as the proliferation hypothesis is concerned, we've come up short. Unless...
We just didn't know how to...
Not to worry. At least we put some food to good use. No need... And here's your portion. Enjoy. I can...
Woohoo! Thanks! Glad you were paying attention.
I can tell that you're good friends. Not that Paimon would have been able...
Hey! You were being... But you do have tasty recipes, so... And you're right! We are good friends!
Yes. I'm fortunate too. There are all manner of I managed to...
Paimon's...
Don't worry. If you had, I must have dropped them.
So... Guess we'd better take a look. Oh, yeah! This must be electrohypostasis powder. The extract of an animal crystal fly can only be...
Goodness. I'm wondering... That...
Yep. Guess it does sort...
Unfortunately, though elemental sight is seldom seen, it is not only a never-before-seen otherworldly...
You mean... we failed?
Don't be disheartened. I have to commend your deduct. Right then. Up until now, our research has, in essence, looking out from where we're standing. Can you see what Sucrose is doing? And if you jump from here and landed on that cliff, the one over there. So what about if you planted a single blow on the mountain? I know of a location that will be perfect for a physical test. Please.
Still in one piece! Good thing the vial's so strong.
More speed.
Speed of light! Hey! Incoming! You want us to jump from...
Not necessarily. Not if you know of a better method, that is. Whichever method you choose, I will factor the time expended and your...
the opposite side of the lake. So...
Without limitations, we complete tasks intuitively. Some of us would be unable to stand the... No matter what choice you make, it's all a part of the experiment. Then if you would, please,
Wait a minute! crazy testing, what exactly are you gonna be doing?
Me? Recording data, responding to risks, providing emotional support.
So if we do decide to go swimming, you gonna dive in with us?
No. Unless you're thinking of conducting competitive research?
Oh! Forget Paimon said anything.
Great work. I've never seen a performance quite like it. Your reputation precedes you, traveler.
But you followed us the whole way without breaking a sweat!
Me? Actually, I used alchemy to cheat. If it turns out that the natural laws of Tevat do not affect you, I should. If the natural laws of Tevat do affect you, then the innumerable possibilities.
But how does this help your research?
You've helped me to unravel many of the problems that were holding it back. When we return to the campsite, I should be able to show you something interesting. I may be about to make some analogies between you and a few gold, petrified trees, a sun 8 times the size of our... The essence of the investigative process is enthralling, but such feelings are inevitably fleeting in nature. I'm willing to pour all my energy into research, and yet specimens are finite. As the unknown transitions into the realm of scientific understanding, the feeling of enlightenment is lost. All these things that start out as objects of fascination end up possessing the prosaic mundanity of a sunsetia or a sweet flower. They cease to be noteworthy.
Oh, so that's why you wanted to paint those hilly churls? Because you got to see something new and interesting in the differences between them?
Precisely. To quote my exact words from earlier, these creatures are, for the most part, quite boring, not worth closer inspection. There is precious little about them that serves to pique my curiosity now.
So after all these experiments, are we gonna be like...
Of course not. Now, before we head back to the campsite, there's one more experiment. Intelligence. Follow me. There are some other ruins nearby.
Incoming!
I imagine you must have encountered more than a few conundrums during... I'd like to observe your intelligence by means of a practical test. I'd like you to explore... There are as with a physical test, there are no restrictions. Everything you do is an action I wish to observe. A tried and tested it. So, let's see you in action. complex environment, so proceed with caution. Sealy like these are a common sight in the mountains. Returning them to their rightful places is up to you.
Speed of light. Yeah. Incoming. Speed of light. Hey! Yeah, go on it! Let's light it up! Beg for mercy. Incoming. Hey! Speed of light. Nowhere to hide.
It should now be possible to activate the central mechanism. Exactly what will happen when you do is something I'm looking forward to finding out.
Hey! Explaining things is Paimon's job!
Oh, seems that the water level has suddenly decreased. What's this? To the best of my knowledge, there's still a... Let me make a...
Seems like if...
I've truly... Let me return to the campsite first. By the time you get back, I may just have a fleeting miracle for you to witness.
Paimon's kinda looking unless you can think of anything better to do, let's head back to the campsite.
Not so fast. You're not leaving until I'm convinced.
You!
I most certainly did not. I must say, you let your guards down. Or maybe you were drawn in by his compelling-sounding hypothesis and friendly demeanor. Taking orders from a complete stranger? Drinking anonymous potions? I'd sooner...
Sister Rosaria's guard's so high, she can't even see...
It doesn't matter. I'm only concerned...
No way!
With an alchemist of his... In any case, I'm not about to let a...
So... what are you gonna do?
I've investigated...
But we...
But for insurance... Now then, which is what I was hoping...
Overtime?
Before we go our separate ways, Outlander, a word of advice. Don't be so quick to trust Albedo, and don't repeat the same mistakes that you did this time. You made a lot of rash decisions today.
She's gone! Mondstadt doesn't have many people like that. Huh.
We should be able to see what's in the water now. Let's have a look.
More speed.
You're back. Good. You took quite a while. Did you get held up? Time for the results. But the integral preliminary conclusion that I can offer you...
You couldn't tell that? We spent all...
Please, have you ever considered that the world of Teyvat may have a natural hostility to Outlanders? I mentioned the natural... The only other... But imitating you helped to inspire my alchemy. And so...
Whoa! It looks like something's appearing!
The transition from nothing into something, from shoot to stem, is not nurturing otherworldly life, also nurturing the world itself. It would seem that that's as far as we go. A transient bloom of incomparable beauty. Life's proudest.
Paimon thought, with all our effort...
Life is a manifold tapestry of free entities. Its value shouldn't derive from how long it's... A short life can be well lived. A life lived efficiently. So, do you understand what I meant about us conversing here, arguably being a small...
Albedo, Paimon really wants to...
Thank you both. Even if dispel... Your help inspired me to discover the means to make a flower. I mean, at the time I've spent traveling with you. In the future, if the need arises, well... I made a point throughout of telling her how ordinary there is. But what was that sediment I saw forming at the bottom of the vial? It should not have been there. What could it mean? Those born of Earth are bound by its imperfections. But if, one day, I lose control, can I rely on you to stop me?